Allergy season is the worst time of the year for people who are sensitive to weeds, pollen, and even mold. And in San Antonio, it seems like it's year-round. But of course, we also know that allergies can be found on your plate, too. Clarke spoke with an expert about how to avoid those triggering foods.
I'm so happy because Bryce Wylde is in studio. He's a functional medicine expert, and we're going to talk about allergies because they don't just come from pollen in the air. It actually comes from food that we eat as well.
There's a huge crossover there. But first, maybe quickly, the anatomy of an allergy. So what I'm holding here is a balloon.
Okay.
And what we've got inside here is what we ultimately know is histamine. So cells, when they get annoyed, burst apropos pollens in the air and foods that we eat and release all this histamine. This is why we reach over the counter for antihistamines.
Right.
There's so much more that you can do. That's what we're talking about. So you mentioned foods, the crossovers.
Yeah.
So whether it's ragweed, grasses, or trees, you are looking at the food crossovers here. So what that means is in the body, the immune system represents these proteins or recognizes these proteins rather found in these foods and sees them the same way that they would see trees or grass or ragweed. Yeah. So we got to look, it's called oral allergy syndrome. Of course, let's talk about the symptoms. You know, if you're an allergy sufferer, we talked off camera, it seems that you may be yourself.
Yes, I am.
Itchy, you know, back of the throat.
Definitely.
Runny, drippy nose,
at night
sinuses.
as well.
But at the end of the day, here's why foods mostly affect us, and I've got a drill and a sieve here for a reason. Leaky gut. You heard of this?
Yes, I have.
Leaky gut syndrome. So if this is a lot of processed foods, sugar, you know, too much junk food, late at night particularly, and this is your gut. It's supposed to be permeable.
Right.
Otherwise, how do you absorb nutrients, macronutrients, you know,
Exactly.
fiber, all that stuff?
Yeah.
So if this is the bad stuff, ultimately I'm putting holes in the gut and I'm hyperpermeable. That is called leaky gut syndrome. This is literally what's happening at the microscopic level in our gut. Turns out there are natural remedies for this. So probiotics, here's the thing. You want to look on the label though.
Okay.
You want to look at Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium longum. You won't find probiotics on the market for allergies. However, they've been studied for allergies and help to resolve this leaky gut syndrome.
Are you kidding?
Absolutely. But allergy symptoms in the eyes. You can't focus on your work. You can't drive. There's a lot of over-the-counter help, antihistamines, but they have a rebound effect. There's a limitation to how often you can use those. Look for natural. I wrote the book Power Plants. I'm all about natural healing. Look for natural solutions that contain plants. So Sabadilla and eyebright, euphrasia, these are naturally occurring and they will help the allergy symptoms. This is found in drops, and they will help the symptoms within the eyes, and you can use them as often as possible, even if you've got contacts. So Similasan allergy eye relief. I mentioned I had a cure for you.
Yes.
The neti pot. Don't be resistant. Here, hold it. Get used to this.
I know. I'm like, oh, it looks like a genie lamp. What is
Rub
this?
it,
I have
maybe
to
what's
put it in
coming
my
out.
nose,
A
right?
little bit of non-iodized salt. You fill it with clean water, so it's either distilled or reverse osmosis over the counter. These are sinuses, okay? So when you breathe in pollens get locked up in here, they get stuck in there.
Right.
And if you don't shower your sinuses, you shower yourself as well when you come home. Don't bring the outdoors in, shower yourself.
Exactly.
But also shower your sinuses. This is really key. Lastly, if you don't want to be the filter, you have to get filters, particularly in your bedroom. So, and in your car. Most folks don't realize, change your car filter, otherwise pollens are getting in every 15 to 30,000 miles. Car filters, home filters, make sure it's HEPA. Folks have an easier allergy season this year. So there's natural ways in which you can manage these symptoms. Cure is one thing, management is another thing, but you can easily manage your allergies.
What about hard alcohol? Is tequila involved
so the
in
cleaner,
this?
actually, you know, the cleaner the alcohol. So, you know, the Blanco, that's what you want with tequila.
We love
You know,
Blanco.
Reposado, maybe it's the congeners or the additives in the Reposado that's going to cause more of a histamine release. That's a great question.
Oh, so we're safe. Margaritaville, here we
Right,
come.
there you go.
Bryce, if someone wants to learn a little bit more about how they can alleviate some food allergy symptoms or even some more natural remedies to just improve their wellness, where should they go?
Yeah, WyldeonHealth.com. Thanks, over 500,000 pages of free information and ways in which you can test yourself and look into natural solutions like probiotics to help you with your allergies.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being
Thanks,
here.
Clarke.
This is awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So much helpful information there. We are back in 2 minutes.